My fellow sisters and brothers, your name is being abused. You are being looked at as being vicious, as being mean, as being cruel, as being hateful, and anti-compassionate. Your name across the globe is being spoken of, such as this. And it is because of the representation that your representatives have given in response to your situations that involve those outside of your arena. They are doing things that are abnormal compared to the way things usually are. And they are not positive. Now you have leaders who are out there making you look bad. And you got representatives in the Senate, and you got them in the House of Representatives. And their duty is to protect you from any and everybody that would violate the conditions set forth within the Constitution, within the laws, within the hearts of the people. Now, my friends, I ask you this. How do you feel about being represented as you are? What I'm saying to you, how do you feel knowing that you have a criminal, an adjudicated criminal as President of the United States, a criminal? The prisons are filled with criminals. And you know in your mind, in those jail cells, or should I say behind those walls, in your mind, these criminals will do anything. You don't care what they're in there for. Because they are behind the walls, mixed with criminals, they are criminals. And like any criminal, they will do anything. They might have a specialty, but the fact that they are criminals, they will do anything. And you got criminal sitting in your office, one that's supposed to help balance the three for your benefit. But this one seems to be out to destroy you, totally disregarding the other two, who themselves seems to be absent, which puts the responsibility in your hands. So it is for you to demand that those that you have gone and put your time behind and money behind to put them in office, that they do what is required of them to be done. And that is to represent the truth. To stop lying to the American people. And take care of the business the way you're supposed to take care of the business, with truth and commitment and dedication, following the Constitution, following the law. And when need be, if you have to violate the law to do the right thing, do it and resign. Stand up for what's right. Don't be forced to do wrong just because it's expedient. That's one of the tools of the world to get on your nerve, to get you to relax, to get you to feel comfortable for a moment, so that you cannot affect anything in any other direction except the way that it is planned to be. And my friends, my sisters, and my brothers, we have been whipped by evil. Now, When I say we, I include myself to let you know that I'm just one of you. But I'm not like you. You see, I wanted to know how to end pain and suffering in America, knowing that if it would work in America, it would work all over the globe. I wanted to know what it would take to eradicate pain and suffering. I wanted to know what it would take to eradicate lying and cheating and stealing. I wanted to know what it would take to eradicate hatred, racism, and bigotry. I wanted to know what it would take to end terrorism and war. And what I came up with was a satisfied people. A fulfilled people don't have time for that kind of mess. So what is a satisfied people? I wanted to know that, and I got the answer that a satisfied people were those who had their needs, their wants, and their desires met. And these met to the degree that it allowed them to live in peace and to be prosperous and free. That allowed them to live joyously, happily, and allowed them to live their dreams. And they had to suffer for nothing, not food, clothing, or shelter, or education, or health care, or transportation, or infrastructure, or going to the moon, or whatever is done by the hands of man, and they desire to partake thereof. And everything that's bound with the reservoir of goods and services is in such an abundance that no one in this country or anywhere in the globe where such is practiced would ever have to suffer a lack thereof. And all of this free, without lying, without cheating, without stealing, without killing, without crime and violence, without drugs, without dope, with all that stuff you call ugly. Now you would think that good people would want to walk the way I've described, as opposed to walk in a way that's putting people in cuffs, sending them back to home to what they call their misfits. Where we are trying to let people know we got the power to try to do anything we can to usurp from them anything that we consider precious for our goals and our ambitions. And it doesn't matter what you think, we'll find some way to stranglehold you, as we have done all our lives. We did it to the natives, we did it to slaves, we have done it to others, and we will do it to you. Is this what the American people want the world to see them as? Well, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what you are being seen as. And there's only really one thing positive that you can do about it, and that is to fix it. To engage everybody that profits from being on this earth, whether it's just walking on this land or breathing the air. You benefit. And because of that, you've been blessed to bring something, to give back, so it makes it worth your while. That you might engage yourself in the process of causing a manifestation in such an abundance of these resources that we have just got through described, by engaging you in that which you determined gave you your greatest joy, and you chose as your career to participate in the process of life. And because you did it, you who represents all of you, and the result derived from the design by the master of design, that all of your dreams, all of your desires, all of your wants are met. And it's at your leisure. And you don't have to worry about anybody. We don't have to worry about any liar. You don't have to worry about anyone trying to deceive, because we, by the power of love, by the power of truth, by the power of commitment, are satisfied, and we ain't going no further the way you want us to go. It's over, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you to think about this. What I shared with you a moment ago, there's no doubt it being practiced would result in heaven on earth. When I was a young man, 38 years old, I ran for president of the United States as an independent. knowing that the Republicans could not embrace what I just shared with you, nor could the Democrats, even though hoped that they would, by deciding that after hearing it, they embraced it. But no one was interested. From the early stage, the only thing that I could give was my voice. And having given my voice, followed with walking that led me to engage in activities that seemed to violate certain rules and regulations of the civic order. And as a result, I ended up having to do time to create a record of such an ambition for the change that would produce the kind of life that I see, eliminating pain and suffering from the lives of people. But I was willing to pay it because you were that important. And I sit there and I watched you not hear this message. I watched the news media not telling you anything about it. They weren't excited about a change. They weren't excited about the possibilities that you could be free, that you could really live. They weren't excited about that at all. And so they did nothing to get the message out, and all they wanted was money. And since the message was free, and since the message was genuine, and since the message blessed you, I didn't ask for money to give to anyone to tell you what you needed to know. And so here we are today. You didn't get the message, but what you did get was the result of the path that you were on. And the result of that path was Donald Trump, the criminal, as President of the United States, and all of the criminals that he brought with him and put them in power to ignore you while they together walk all over the people of this country until they have brought it to its knees and given it to America's worst enemy. It is time that men wake up and become true men for themselves and not for evil. For themselves and not for evil. Well, I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for you. Goodbye.